Hi again from John's Model Works. Today what I have for you is a Thunderbolt fighter from the series Babylon 5. This is a piece that I got online. I purchased this file and printed it on my filament printer, and then I spent a lot of time sanding and filling to remove all the filament print lines. So now that I have a resin printer, I will not be doing that again because it took forever. But this was a fun build. Okay, about a half a dozen pieces. This is in 72nd scale, so it's in scale with the other Babylon 5 Starfury that I showed earlier. The Thunderbolt is the bigger, badder, two-man fighter-bomber version of the Starfury. Quite a bit more powerful, much bigger engines, carries two people, and is actually probably about twice as big. So it's all 3D printed, and then to get it nice and smooth I spent a lot of time sanding and filling to get it nice and smooth. The painting is all done with airbrush, as I usually do, and I think it came out pretty nice. There's a few details that I could have done better on. I don't know if you can see too well, but you can see kind of the edges of the exhaust there. It's kind of messy, looks a little crumbly, stuff like that. That's just where the filament printer just couldn't do a good job with the detail, so I just had to settle for that. A little bit more. There is one piece on this ship that is actually resin printed. I went over to Make It Labs and used the resin printer over there. The cockpit is actually resin printed. Let's just bring that a little closer over here. You can see the cockpit is pretty thin and fragile. I have something to show you here a second. This is what the cockpit looks like when it comes out of the resin printer fresh. So this is the resin printed cockpit, and you can see there's all the support, there's the build plate, and there's all the supports inside of it holding it up. So this is what I had to do to make the cockpit cover, because it was just too thin and too fragile to do on a filament printer. So this came out pretty well. I kept this test piece just as a fun piece so I could see what I did previously. The other piece that is resin printed, you can't see very well, is there are actually seats in there. You can't see them through the cockpit windows there. It's just not good enough. But there are seats in there, and those are also resin printed to get the level of detail that it required. So once again, this is a Babylon 5 Thunderbolt two-man fighter bomber from Babylon 5. I had a lot of fun building it. It's a resin print with a filament printer, so lots of sanding, lots of filling. Nice piece, came out real well. Thanks a lot from John's Model Works. Bye.